Alright guys, we got a new Dragon Dogma gameplay that just dropped. Let's take a look at it. I have not watched this yet, so let's take a look at this together. Character faces, man. Really good. Just gonna stop for a second. If you see that the quality of the video is low, just want to tell you that, you know, this is the quality that was uploaded by IGN, so I'm assuming that they just provided 1080p footage. So I'm just, you know, throwing that out there just for you guys to know. And I'm actually so excited for this game though. Single player game, by the way. There's no PvP in this, so for you PvP lovers, this is a single player game.
Hello everyone, I'm Hideaki Itsuno, the director of Dragon Dogma II. Dragon Dogma II is a narrative-driven action RPG set in an immersive fantasy world designed to place player choice at the heart of the gameplay experience. The action gameplay is designed to challenge your creativity, and although this is a single-player adventure, AI-controlled companions will accompany you throughout the experience. Today, I'd like to show you a little of what you can expect from the world of Dragon Dogma 2 with this new gameplay footage. In Dragon Dogma 2, up to 3 AI-controlled beings called pawns can join you on your adventures.
So just like the first one,
players can choose from 4 starting vocations that determine how they will play. Of course, you will be able to change your vocation at any time by visiting vocation guilds.
A little detail that I've noticed, before in the previous Dragon's Dogma, you would carry the shield on your hand, and now you actually put it on the back, so that's nice.
For now, let's look at the fighter vocation. Wielding a one-handed sword and shield, the fighter excels in melee combat. As a fighter, you can cut down enemies with a sword and protect yourself and your party using your shield. As we keep going, we can see some harpies in the distance. As an archer,
I don't know if you guys noticed, but when the character kills something and then switches target, it just kind of drags the attack like right toward the next enemy.
As a fighter, you can cut down enemies with a sword and protect yourself and your party using your shield.
Here, see that?
Enemies with a sword and protect yourself and your party using your shield. As we keep going, we can see some harpies in the distance. As an archer, you'll be better suited to take down enemies above you. Let's see what they can do.
So basically, if you're a melee guy, it would be advantageous to have a pawn that can shoot down the RPs, because they're flying over you, and it would be harder to take them out with your melee weapons.
Vocation that uses a bow and arrow to attack enemies from a distance. Make full use of your arsenal, including exploding or blighting arrows. You can also aim at your enemies like a third-person shooter.
I love how they say you can aim at an enemy like a third-person shooter. Well, that's one way to describe it.
The monsters of Dragon's Dogma 2 behave organically in the world around them, and will even react to players by using their wits against you. Next, I would like to show you the Mage in action. Mages excel at long-range magical attacks, as well as healing and support spells that bolster your party with various enchantments to give allies an advantage in battle.
If you're really bad at gaming, this is the class that you want to pick.
The more advanced and powerful the magic is, the longer the incantation will take.
Press to win. Easy.
In addition to the pawns you adventure with, you will occasionally act with other inhabitants of the world.
I actually really like how the water looks here. The environment actually looks really nice. It's very similar to the older Dragon's Dogma, but at the same time, I really like the look of the environment in these games. Like it's a nice fantasy style, I think.
What's this? We're trapped.
Lastly, let's take a look at the thief. As a thief, you use daggers to strike at your enemies, relying on agility and quick attacks. Use Swift Step to quickly move away from enemies after an attack. Use enemies, relying on agility and quick attacks. Use Swift Step to quickly move away.
That Swift Step thing, it was kind of, you know, the Capcom usually has problems balancing their iframes, just like From Software. So I hope this is not like too easy to dodge enemy attacks with that ability. Just something that always worries me when I see these massive dodges in games. Obviously, though, since there's no PvP, it wouldn't be like the worst thing imaginable. Like, it would just pretty much break the PvE, so you could technically just decide to not use it, but still. It's always nice when the game is balanced, you know?
Away from enemies after an attack. The key strategy for the thief against massive monsters is to find openings and cling on to the enemy to deal damage.
That's also, I think, the most fun way to play these games. It's to get an opportunity to climb on monsters and then attack their weak spots.
The key strategy for the thief against...
I think that's the most fun that's to be had in Dragon's Dogma. It's that particular playstyle from what I remember in the first one.
Massive monsters is to find openings and cling on to the enemy to deal damage. Fighting head-on is always an option, but it's a good idea to utilize the environment around you while engaging with enemies.
Oh, wow.
Between...
So you blow up some rocks to get the water flowing. That's super interesting. That's some... I don't know if it's like a special place in the map that's like almost scripted, if you may, or if you can just throw that anywhere and it will just make a hole on the ground.
Find openings and cling on to the enemy to deal damage. Fighting head-on is always an option, but it's a good idea to use...
I think it's a specific area, because you see here there's already like water flowing, right? So if he threw the barrel here, I don't think it would have done anything. But it's like here specifically, right?
Fighting head-on is always an option, but it's a good idea to utilize the environment around you while engaging with enemies.
But still, that's pretty cool.
Between your chosen vocation, diverse terrains, and the particular monster you're up against, each encounter challenges players and their party to use their creativity to succeed.
Cha!
Two nations prosper in the world of Dragon's Dogma 2. Vermund, the human kingdom, and Baatal, the land of Beastren. Vermund...
Also here, one thing that we saw in the first trailer was that the grass draw distance was really bad. Here it actually seems pretty good. So I think they actually improved on that from this version that they have going, that they're showcasing here from the first one that they showed. Here, like, we see, like, there's no issues with the grass. But before, like in the first trailer, if you've ever noticed, like it's like the grass pretty much stopped growing about here. So it's really nice that they've already addressed that in the current build. Really happy about this.
Human kingdom.
Because it was really distracting in the first trailer.
And Baatal, the land of Beastren. In Vermund, the Arisen who slay the dragon have ruled as kings for generations. This land of lush meadows and rolling hills is ripe for exploration. In contrast, Baatal is a rugged canyon nation.
That is one beautiful city, damn. That is a beautiful place.
With a city built on the site of ancient ruins. It is home to the Beastren and their unique culture. The nation of Baatal offers players a different experience from the human kingdom, with diverse environments to explore and monsters to encounter. In your adventures, you might come across people who call out to you.
you some business with the apothecary, sir?
Other times, you might receive quests from people who you aid.
Thank heavens. Thought I'd ne'er make it. If I might be so bold as to impose upon you again, would you be willing to accompany me to the cenotaph and safeguard me from harm?
Pawns with knowledge of a quest may be able to guide you to the right location, but it is up to the player to decide whether to follow them or not. Pawns support you throughout your adventures and may come to your aid when you are in trouble.
Oof. Oh, that is one hell of a hero.
To complete your quests, you can ride
I thought the character was going to die. Actually, let's see that again. Let's see how... Dude.
and may come to your aid when you are in trouble.
Man, if anyone is able to catch someone falling from this high like this, this character deserves an award. That's great.
To complete your quests, you can ride ox carts to travel to major locations. But be aware, as you might get attacked en route to your destination and have to decide how to tackle the situation. During the ride, you can choose to close your eyes to quickly arrive at your destination.
That's nice.
Time is ever passing, even while riding an ox cart, and the environment around the player constantly changes. Nighttime is especially dangerous. With no light to illuminate your surroundings, you will be enveloped in pitch black darkness where you can't even see your feet. Also, there are dangerous monsters that only appear at night, so you need to be careful when adventuring in the dark. If you have a camping kit, you can find a campsite to spend the night and recover your health.
Nice.
Good evening, Arisen. 'Tis the honor of my life to share your journey, Arisen.
To wrap up, I'd like to introduce some advanced vocations that become available as you progress in the story.
Oh, of course.
The Mystic Spear Hand combines magic attacks and weapon-based physical attacks. A good all-rounder, they use their duo spear at close range and magic at long range. They can also use magic to block an enemy's movement or throw multiple items at once.
I think he
They can also
teleported.
use magic to block an enemy's movement or throw multiple items at once. The Magic Archer is a vocation that further specializes in long-range attacks.
I wonder if it's still as broken as in the first one. This class was like easy mode in the first Dragon's Dogma. I wonder if it's the same now.
With magical arrows. On top of healing and providing support to your allies, they can...
This class basically did everything. You can nuke any enemy, it has range attacks. It's really just easy mode.
learn a skill that releases a powerful attack over a wide area in exchange for reducing their own maximum HP. And of course, there are other unique vocations you can look forward to. We have a playable version of Dragon's Dogma 2 at the Tokyo Game Show Capcom booth. Depending on the choices they make, each player can experience very different playthroughs. We're very much looking forward to the impressions of those who get a chance to play. Dragon's Dogma 2 is being developed for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam.
That's nice. Not available for PS4, so it's likely gonna utilize, you know, more next-gen hardware. I say next-gen hardware, like these consoles have been out for a while now, but it's nice that it doesn't necessarily support the older one, because that means that the game technically might be pushed a little further.
Please stay tuned for...
Obviously, for people who only own a PS4, you know, it's bad, but I mean, at this point, you know, PS4 is starting to get old, you know? And it's also going to mean that the PC version is likely going to push things a little further as well. Well, at least I hope so, you know?
For more information. Thank you.
All right, I think that's it. I'm really looking forward to this game. I've always been a fan of Dragon's Dogma. I always think this game is really nice. I'm really excited for it. They've shown some cool things. I think what I liked the most in the first game was definitely the fact that you could climb on monsters, the fact that it was an open RPG, you know, that you could create your own character, customize your own character, but then you could fight these monsters in any way you wanted. I think that was really nice. And like when I say any way you wanted, in like pretty much every game out there, whether it's like a Souls game or a Skyrim or you name it, every RPG, it's just hack and slash. Like here it's a bit different. It's not just hack and slash. Here you can actually climb on the big monster and like, you know, poke them in the eye like that. That's what's really, I think, unique about Dragon's Dogma. And it kind of bridges a little bit of that Shadow of the Colossus aspect that I don't know why, but no other games really have done. Like putting that whole like climbing mechanic to the full extent against like big enemies. I really like that. And even like medium and smaller enemies, you can still climb on them here. So I think that's really what Dragon's Dogma does the best, and I think it's why I fell in love with the first game so much. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick breakdown of the latest gameplay showcase for Dragon's Dogma 2. Looking forward to this game, looking forward to know more about it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys up next time. Take care, everyone.